usage.
Hey, Mayor, before you get into that, can I interrupt you for just a second?
Sure.
Mr. Cardinal's sitting back there, and I think some people had some questions for him, so if you don't mind, I'll start that question off. There's two places, 205, a house east of 205 East Pennsylvania. The spouting's hanging off, the garage is collapsing in the back on the alley.
I sent him a letter for his yard, he's got a brush hog in there, so he mows his lawn so you can't do much about it. The spouting, I don't know, it's not a house, the spouting's on a garage. Now, I know if you look in our, it says it has to be on, it says on a house. If your spouting's just falling off a house, I can do something. Off of a garage, I don't know if I can, because actually he could pull that spouting off of there and not violate anything. So I haven't really done, I know exactly what you mean, that's Mr. Beaton's.
But what about the garage on the alley that's half caved in? We can do something about that.
I will send him a letter if you want for a dilapidated structure if you feel it's at that's where he keeps his pigeons.
Here's what my,
You know what I mean?
yeah, here's what one of my biggest pet peeves is. We just had a group that is complaining in that area around the block, and in the same block, just around from them, is exactly the same thing they're complaining about, other than there isn't junk vehicles. I think the problem is that I think we're inundating him with those types of complaints. As far as I'm concerned, that's Lionel's job. He's the chief building inspector. When we have garages and buildings collapsing, we got a problem on 15th Street. I know he's not capable of inspecting commercial buildings, but this is one of my pet peeves being on here, and I can promise you I'm not going to quit until I get this mess cleaned up that we've got here, because it's around town everywhere, not just in that area.
One of our problems, I talked to John Shaney, Mahoney County Board of Health, and we had a couple properties in town here that we've dealt with, Rick and I have talked about, and I've sent them letters, and the letters I send to the fire department, and I send one to the Mahoney County Board of Health. Well, they get involved, but John's boss, and I don't know who the boss is, doesn't like to tear down structures. He says, I have to go just, pulling teeth to get her to okay tearing down a structure. And there's several of them in town here that just need torn down. They're terrible.
I mean,
and they go to the Mahoney County, once they're out of my hands, like I said, the fire department might say they're a fire hazard, but at what point, where do we go from there when the Board of Health says, well, we don't think the building is torn down?
well,
I don't know.
take a drive up by 616 West Pennsylvania,
Oh my
or
God,
West
I've been
Tennessee.
fighting that forever.
That'll tell you exactly what kind of confidence I have in our Mahoney County Health Board.
Yes.
They give them 4 months and we've not seen any action on that. I can promise you that house is coming down this year. If I have to take the backhoe up and tear it down myself, that house is going to come down. The one you've boarded up probably half a dozen times in the last year.
Yeah.
616, and the one next to it needs to come down too.
Probably, well, somebody lives in that one.
But he's moving out in September.
Okay.
So I got Lionel already tuned in on that particular.